Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a continuation and possibly the end of the Friends and Family Month idea that I had for this show. Because last week, Phoenix Waddell, our wonderful friend, was kind enough to just introduce us to a musical we hadn't seen. And I picked one of my buddies that I play video games with, Lazy. Yeah, I picked
You should have
one
known.
of my...
You should have known. You let Lazy pick one. What was going to happen?
Never let a 17-year-old take the wheel. I'm just throwing that out there. So, my friend Lazy, who I play like Rainbow Six Siege and some other video games online with, he had talked to me about, because we both follow each other on Twitter. He had talked to me about how he had watched our Wonder Woman episode and one of our other episodes. So I knew he'd actually been like following the show a little bit and had listened to a couple of them. So I was like, hey, we're doing this idea at Friends Family Month. We're letting our, we're going to do 4 back-to-back, slightly shorter episodes where me and Ron do not pick the movies at all. You can pick whatever you want. And Lazy...
Put the madness in March Madness.
He picked a little hidden gem called Dragonball Evolution. And I, being a lifelong Dragon Ball fan, intentionally avoided this movie since it came out because holy shit, did this movie get fucking destroyed critically. Like, one of the biggest just fucking slaughterhouses of a movie review, like a congregate. It is just fucking insane. What did you say it has an IMDb? 2 something?
2.5 out of 10.
What does it have on Rotten Tomatoes? Let me just pull this up real quick. Dragon Ball
I thought
Evolution.
for sure you were going to veto this.
Oh, no. See, no. I am thankful that Lazy picked this because I wanted to have us be trolled. I wanted to have... Because, like, most of the shit we've been talking about has been very positive outside of we kind of destroyed Wonder Woman 1984. Because, I mean, in all fairness, it kind of deserved to be destroyed.
Yeah.
15% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way. Dragon Ball Evolution.
Ooh, that's higher than I thought.
It is higher than this movie deserves. So I had heard just how much this movie was getting destroyed. I fucking adore Dragon Ball. It was the first anime I ever got into. Me and my buddy Dylan were...
Anime.
Yeah, it's like the gateway drug anime.
Yeah.
That like all kids kind of start. Every day after school, I would come home and watch Toonami back to back. Starting with Dragon Ball, ending with Yu Yu Hakusho, and I fucking adore both those animes to this very day. All these years later. So I intentionally avoided this movie because of how much it got destroyed and everyone hated it. And just a quick aside, me and Ron both used to work for Cinemark for a very long time. And we were both working at the movie theater when this came out. And I just remember... seeing the look on people's faces as I'd be outside the theater waiting for it to drop, so we could go clean the theater, and just seeing the look. These people look like they just witnessed a fucking execution, dude. And it was an execution of their goddamn childhoods if they were fans, dude. Because this movie, holy fuck. This movie, I don't understand how someone read this movie on a fucking page and the goddamn script was like, yeah, let's drop $30 million into this horse shit. This deserves to go into theaters. Let's do it. Fuck it. It's only like a worldwide fucking beloved cartoon that's gonna piss off thousands upon thousands of human beings. What's the worst that can happen? Fuck it. Let's film it. Let's do it.
I'm showing here that it only grossed $9.4 million in North America.
How much did you say it grossed?
9.4 in North America.
That is $9.4 million more than it deserved. Holy
now,
shit.
Technically, worldwide, it did 58.2. It got twice its budget, so it made its money back.
No. I think this movie, just because of how big Dragon Ball is overseas they had to have used a bigger than average, not production, but like a pretty decently sized marketing budget, right? Because they would probably have like a pretty big, how kind of like Pacific Rim had like a huge fan base in like Japan and China and in America. It was like a simultaneous like big drop for them. They had like a big presence over there and in America. I get the feeling that this movie had to have lost money. because they had to have put like a bigger than average production team for like the marketing, for over there in addition to America.
I could see it making its money back just on the name.
Oh, it's so. You should just see. I'm just scrolling through my notes that I have for this. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a little bit of catharsis getting this shit off my chest. Okay, so just before we get into it, spoiler warning for Dragon Ball Evolution.
2009 Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah. They reference DBE in their own fucking. Oh my god.
What? Okay, before we begin. Was the movie originally called Dragon Ball Energy? Because she specifically, that seemed to be like a callback to the letters that are in the title. But it's Dragon Ball Evolution, not Dragon Ball. Did they change the name? Is that why that line's there? I was confused by that.
No, I don't know why any of the lines are there.
Yeah, that's accurate. So before we start, Ron, can you please tell me why you own this film?
It's required. I have Dragon Ball, the entire series, all 4 movies. I have Dragon Ball Z, the entire series, all 13,000 movies. And I even have Dragon Ball GT and the 1 movie. So I didn't buy it new.
Is it just a completionist thing?
Yep.
Because now I don't like GT.
Nope.
And I kind of view GT as kind of like shitty fan fiction.
GT never happened.
Shitty fan fiction is better than this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So is it just a completionist sake? You're just like, fuck it, I just want to own it all? Is that just part of the collection?
Sake, I secondhand bought a DVD of Dragon Ball Evolution, the Z edition.
The Z edition? What the fuck does that mean? Did it have like bonuses?
It means
special deleted.
It's just the movie. Let me see. Home media, Blu-ray disc. It got a Blu-ray release?
This movie got a Blu-ray release? There are like some good movies in the world that haven't gotten Blu-ray releases yet. That's a fucking crime, dude.
No, I think it's just got, some extra special features or whatever. It's just 1 disc.
Dragon Ball Evolution getting a Blu-ray release, I'm pretty sure violates some subsect of the Geneva Convention. I
like their poster, the one that has all the characters. I like the poster pretty good.
The Dragon Ball Evolution poster? I'm going to have to...
Yeah, it's the one that's on Wikipedia. That was the one we had at the Cinemark I worked at.
Oh, yeah. Is it the one with like the slanted logo and Goku in the center with the Dragon Ball? Is that the one you're looking at?
No, it's Goku, then Bulma, then Roshi, then Piccolo, and then what's her fuck?
Oh, Shapeshifter Girl? Question mark.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Yeah.
Let me copy the image. Drop this.
That was the thesis behind the writing and directing of this movie. Fuck it, sure, why not?
Why not?
Just do it.
Yeah, here, I'll put it in Discord for you.
Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, I think we had this one at my theater, and I think we also had one of the other ones. If you just look at like the Google image search results, a couple of them are on there that I recognized. So. My first impression of this movie.
Please.
This is maybe the most awkward movie I've ever seen.
Oh, it's so strange. You haven't seen Twilight. Twilight is worse with the awkwardness, but
I have a Twilight note in my fucking notes.
This is Dragon Ball Twilight.
Yeah, one of my first notes, my very first note that I wrote while watching this movie is this, like, my fucking notes in this movie. Like the parts of like the Lovecraft short story where you see like the guy writing the journal just like descending into fucking madness as he veers into the abyss. That's my notes in this fucking movie. My first note is Teen Angst Dragon Ball. And my second note is Twilight gawking. The fucking scene when he's sitting in the fucking what the fuck was that?
It's a strawberry.
She's in front of... Why is she in front of a field of, like, sunflowers? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
The sad thing is, too, I like that actress. She's in Sucker Punch also.
The actress who plays Chi-Chi?
Yep.
Is the only fucking actress.
She also played Mulan on Once Upon a Time, apparently. I didn't know that, but I kind of want to seek those episodes out.
She is the only fucking actor trying at fucking all in this movie.
No,
or
you're not giving Ernie Hudson enough credit.
Why is Ernie Hudson? What the fuck?
For no reason. He's in it for
His character serves no purpose. He's there for
he had a mortgage payment due is why he's in this.
He had to fucking dye his eyebrows for fucking Dragon Ball Evolution, dude. Why? Okay. First of all, hold on. Back up just a little bit.
Okay, all right.
We're backing up just a little bit.
Yeah.
What is the fucking name of the dude who plays Goku? Justin
Chatwin.
Justin Chatwin has the charisma of a toaster oven. Why is he Goku?
That much credit? Why are you giving him that much credit? I like toaster ovens.
This is true. Why is he Goku?
He does that first acting gig on a TV show thing that I hate, where to build tension and to make it more dramatic, every sentence is a single word of the line. He does it a lot with that scene with Chi-Chi, like, my grandpa died.
Shatnerisms. He speaks exclusively in Shatnerisms from OG Star Trek when William Shatner didn't fully understand acting yet.
Yeah.
But that was in the 60s on a fucking TV show.
Mm-hmm.
This movie had $30 million dropped into it as a production. And why? How do you? And now, I'm sure he's a nice dude, but who looks at Justin Chatwin and they had to have had auditions? How was he casted? I don't understand, because this movie has. Why is Chow Yun Fat in Dragon Ball Evolution? Did he also need a fucking mortgage payment made?
Apparently. And dude,
it's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, dude.
And he can chew up the scenery pretty good, but it's not even good in this.
It's so awkward.
It's so bad. They made him bad.
Okay. What the fuck is up with that scene when they first introduce him and he's having this weird his delivery is just fucking bizarre. When he's I am invincible, he does the fucking GoldenEye thing or whatever.
I am invincible.
I am invincible. He does that, and halfway through that fucking Justin Chatwin fucking Foku is
Foku.
He's
is that an F or a PH? I'm writing this down.
Well, I meant faux isn't fake, but yeah,
right.
Yes,
but he's I didn't know if you're being ironic with the spelling.
As he's doing the fucking I am invincible, my grandfather is dead. And they just, what? Why? This movie is so, and it's one of those things where you know the fucking gif of the confused white dude blinking? That's my review of this movie. That was me for the 85 minutes of runtime. I'm just watching this movie play out, and I can't fucking believe it exists. And it's so fucking weird. Why?
He kicked a fly into Grandpa Gohan's throat.
What the fuck was that? This movie is just a question mark followed by a trope followed by 17 more fucking question marks. My next notes. The person who should have gotten top billing in this movie are the forehead veins in Justin Chatwin's head. Because he spends half this movie when he's not speaking like William Shatner or looking like he's taking a massive shit. And I don't understand why constipated fucking Justin Chatwin in his fucking goddamn auditions, that's the one. That's our guy. That's our fucking Goku. This guy right here. All Dragon Ball Z is, half of the original runtime is people screaming.
Yep.
So why do we pick the dude who looks like he's having a fucking stroke when he's having to portray an intense scene? I just don't understand, Ron. Can you explain this to me?
No, I can't. I cannot. The other thing that is fucking weird to me, what time period is this movie?
That is a valid fucking point.
Did you see the school that they went to? The desktop is the fucking computer.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
And then there's that scene at the beginning with the like traditional like Japanese village under attack.
Where I thought those were flashbacks.
No,
But they're not.
they're not.
What the fuck is happening? Like, this
So-
movie is all over the goddamn place. Like, it's so bizarre.
So yes, there are small villages throughout Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and yes, there's a mix of technology and traditional stuff because it's anime, but there is literally a line duct taped to the floor where the left side is future and the right side is fucking feudal Japan.
Yeah, it's so weird.
None of it blends or meshes or even makes any goddamn sense. Now, the thing that I found completely insulting more than anything is it has moments of decent fight choreography and then doesn't use them anywhere it matters.
Which ones do you think are decent? Because I was just kind of
okay.
I couldn't even enjoy any of the fight scenes. Probably because I was like frothing at the mouth.
Well, you wouldn't take your hand down from your face because you didn't know what you were saying. Dude, I like on the ropes with Gohan. Right, I like that. I like.
See, that was ruined by the fly thing. I was
that
just
was
like,
ruined
I was
by
kind
the
of
fly thing.
I was kind of enjoying that
thing.
scene, and then they had the fly thing, and I was like, well, that scene is just fucking like insanely stupid now.
Also, yeah, we're gonna get to that anyway.
Oh yeah, I have no clue how long this episode's. This episode could be 30 minutes and end up with me just like
hours.
foaming at the fucking mouth, or this could just be the rest of this podcast in perpetuity. It just never ends.
Review Dragon Ball Evolution for a year, like that
This
one
is
podcast.
This is the one. If we were ever gonna do that, this is the one.
This is the one.
Because I could find every time I rewatch this movie, I could find more shit to be fucking utterly baffled by, dude.
What if our psyche just completely breaks in the middle of that, or like near the end of that, and we come out on the other end of this is our new favorite movie?
Yeah.
But no, I like that.
Yeah.
I like some of the stuff at the beginning of the party at Chi-Chi's fucking medieval castle. And then
Well, yeah, dude, she's like in like a prehistoric Playboy mansion. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that?
just
The
a little
set designs
get-together
are
at her
so
house.
fucking weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. But some of that was good, right? The hands-free
The-
combat.
Yes, that now because
The
that
car
scene
was dumb.
What was dumb? Sorry.
The car was dumb. But the hands-free stuff before the car.
Yeah. That
The
like
reason the car
kind of
scene was bad was, well, okay, first off, the reason the car scene was bad to begin with is that guy apparently cares about his car, but he ran over a fucking motorcycle with it. So he doesn't
I hadn't
care
even
about his
considered that,
car.
but that's dumb.
But, if he cared about his car, he wouldn't run over someone's fucking motorcycle, right? But his lines that are supposed to be awesome are so awful in that scene that it ruins anything good about the dude beating up his own car.
Yeah. Like one thing with me, they have moments of like good choreography when it happens in real time, like Crouching Tiger style, you know?
Yeah.
And then every time they'll have like 10 to 15 seconds of like pretty solid in real time like martial arts, right?
And then it has
Like,
to get
they're, like,
cool.
And then they think they're the fucking Wachowskis, and they try these fucking Matrix-style slow-mo that is so badly done, it made me cringe every time they tried to show stuff in slow motion.
The only time that I liked it, there's one moment that is Jackie Chan-esque, but it's more extreme than that because he's Foku, I guess.
I'm glad that we just made that a thing now.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
I'm pretty proud of Foku. That's pretty good.
Is when the two dudes, whatever those metal pipes or whatever it is they're using, when he jumps between them and they hit each other. I like it there. But,
when the two bullies are swinging like low and high on him and they hit each. Yeah, that seems okay. That is the one moment of slow mo that is somewhat redeemable.
Yes, I like that part of the slow mo, and then the Chi-Chi, any Chi-Chi with combat with her. I thought was well choreographed.
Oh, I think we went on like 12 different tangents, but the Chi-Chi actress is the only person in this fucking movie who has any on-screen presence whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure she actually knows martial arts, so I think that's why her fights were pretty good.
Well, even just like she's the only like her scenes with Foku are so sad because she's actually doing a good job in like all of her scenes.
Now, her lines
she's
are
doing
shit, but that's not her fault.
Yeah. She does the fucking best any human. Like Gary Oldman couldn't have fucking acted his way out of this film.
Why is Chi-Chi the charismatic character in this?
I know, it's crazy, dude.
Chi-Chi?
And she's
the angry wife running around with a frying pan chasing after her husband and
yeah,
Z?
like she's even more fucking one note than Goku is in the anime. Like it's fucking crazy. Like,
oh my god. And she's the charismatic one in this.
And it's like I have seen Chow Yun-Fat be very good in movies, and
Replacement Killers. Come on,
he's been in great stuff with great performances, and to see him just be
the Sean William Scott Sean William whatever the fuck his name is, that bulletproof monk. Come on,
yeah, like he has good comedic timing. He has had so many good performances in it. I just see him in this, and he's so brutally bad that I hate watching his scenes because it makes me sad.
It would have helped if anyone involved with making this movie had actually seen Dragon Ball.
Yeah, an interesting tidbit I saw on, I think it was Wikipedia or maybe on the IMDb trivia, but Foku actor Justin Toaster Oven, he said he read all of
Is it
the
the
manga.
Stark Industries toaster oven at least with the gauges and the blinking red light from the bomb? Is it at least that one?
This movie could have used a fucking nuclear bomb to make it a little bit more exciting. Oh, I think another reason why there's like 12,000 instances of slow-mo was just to artificially make the movie 85 minutes long and be worthy of theatrical release. Because this movie just barely fucking gets there by like the skin of its teeth. But he said, Justin Chatwin said that he read all of the manga. And I don't think you can fully understand the character of Goku unless you see either the dub anime or the sub anime to like fully understand his character. Because like to me, like a lot of like to me being someone who grew up on the dub, Goku is Sean Chimmel. And he is that type of like he's jovial. He's just a fucking now obviously this is Dragon Ball, but not really because it's like a hybrid between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z because he's a teenager instead of being
the evolution of Dragon Ball, if you will.
Yeah. You've already just with that observation you put more thought into the fucking movie and its title than they did. But
they just couldn't use Z. That's why it's called this. They couldn't use Z.
I really think this movie used to be called Dragon Ball Energy because like why else would they grind the movie to a halt to have her say that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But
I love how that really
doesn't make any fucking sense. Wait, what?
I love how that really stuck in your crawl.
I just found it very peculiar. I never got mad at this movie. I was too busy being confused to actually feel any of their emotions. I just want to throw that out there. But this movie is so fundamentally.
It's just we're buried this entire time.
This podcast is gonna be the fucking death of me. Okay, why is this movie in any way, shape, or form when you really break it down? You're enjoying the fuck. It's probably going to be interviewing your favorite recording ever. Just hear me fucking lose my.
I wish we were on video conference so I could watch the blood vessel in your forehead burst.
It's almost as big as fucking Foku's, bro. It's almost that caliber, dude.
Justin Chaff in the wind.
Why is this movie, which is just a really bad fucking Twilight movie with superpowers, crowbarred into being a Dragon Ball movie? This is closer to being just a really shitty fucking superhero movie than Dragon Ball. And it's fucking really like, there's the shit they elect to keep and the shit they elect to change is so fucking strange to me. Why is Shinron Shinlong? Why would you change that? Who the fuck cares? Why, like, you're changing so much shit. Like, you can't keep the fucking dragon be the same name. Like, what? Just very specific shit like that just broke my brain.
I wish I had been in the room with you when the car started flying.
Oh, god damn! I really wish I wasn't. I really wish. It's honestly, it's probably a good thing I'm on like a no alcohol diet right now, or I might have died of alcohol poisoning by like the end of the second act, because this movie can only be properly enjoyed when you are shit-faced out of your goddamn mind. Have you ever watched this movie Shit-Faced? Because that would probably actually be really fun.
I want to.
After the pandemic, Ron, we need to get fucking Shit-Faced together and watch this movie, because that'd be fucking fun.
You find that gin. You bring it
Greenhouse
over.
gin.
I have the DVD.
Yeah, we're gonna make.
I will set up my fucking camera. I will buy a microphone for my camera just for it.
We're gonna make this happen, dude. Yeah, we're gonna call it The Adventures of Foku.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
This movie was fucking written and released after Avatar: The Last Airbender. They have airbending in this. They just completely steal airbending. Why? You don't why? They have established within the fucking movie that the source of their powers is their key. So why is he also a fucking avatar?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't that's literally plagiarism at this point, because he's literally fucking bending air after doing fucking yoga moves. Is this the fucking Airbender show that fucking M. Night watched? And he was like, man, I'm gonna make a movie of that. He just never watched the cartoon. He just watched this fucking movie and was like, oh yeah, that had airbending in it. That has to be what they're all talking about.
I saw that other Airbender movie they made.
I saw that fucking Airbender movie.
I could do that.
I heard them say airbending for the first time, and I shit you not, I paused the movie, rewound it, and turned on subtitles, because I was like, did I just hear airbender? Did I just hear airbending as a term in the fucking Dragon Ball Evolution movie after the fact of that fucking cartoon being in existence? And I was correct, Ron. They have airbending in this fucking movie. I just can't even with this movie, dude.
That's my new favorite thing you've ever said. I was correct, Ron. Oh my god. Lazy thing.
I rewound it. I was I require elaboration. I just I just don't understand. That is a callback to our WandaVision episode, which if you want actually coherent analysis from Ron and myself, go listen to that one, because there's gonna be no goddamn coherent thought on this fucking
hurt so bad
on this fucking episode, dude. So another note I have, just browsing through my notes on my phone. I mentioned earlier how Foku's fucking forehead veins required top billing. The thing that required second billing was probably Chi-Chi's cleavage, which is pretty appropriate.
His 4-star head veins. His 4-star head veins.
Yeah.
You gotta call it 4-star.
Here's another thing. Why is Piccolo Jesus? Piccolo can just like magically manipulate the fucking house that Grandpa Gohan's in and just like drop it on him. Why?
I believe you're referring to Piccolo.
God damn it. And also, if he possesses the ability to fucking like manipulate matter like he's fucking Wanda Maximoff, why not just crush Goku? Sorry, crush Foku with your fucking magical Super Jesus powers?
I don't understand what the Dragon Balls are going to give him. Because he said that it will give him the power he needs to take over this world. He's already the strongest person in it.
Yeah, he's fucking Super Jesus, dude. He can manipulate
true in Dragon Ball. He was stronger than Goku. He actually his wish was eternal youth. That's why Piccolo never really ages, but says he's too old for this shit. In Z, because he gets his wish for eternal youth, but not immortality, like fucking what's his name with the Spice Boys? His henchman of the Spice Boys, Garlic Jr.
Yeah, Garlic.
He wished for immortality and can't be killed. But
Yes.
Goku went in Piccolo's chest and out his whole body at the end of that, but he got eternal youth out of the wish. Here, he's trying to wish for the power that will let him take over the Earth. You're the strongest person in it. You've proved that many times.
He casually
What is he looking for?
He casually drops a fucking building on a dude. And he never uses that ability again.
By the way, Gohan has like a bookshelf on top of him. And that's it. Goku is walking around this collapsed building, and it's like all they did is take out the roof and knock off a couple of walls.
Hey, maybe in the writer's defense, maybe that bookshelf had like all the 13,000 like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z like manga books. That had to be pretty heavy. There's a fuck ton of those.
That would be pretty heavy.
You never know.
But just in case he has a spinal injury, let's move him outside to the rock garden. And then have a conversation.
I hadn't even considered that, but he totally does. Oh, shit.
And then have our conversation that the quote-unquote poem that Gohan gives him, how do they extrapolate that out into information? Because it makes no goddamn sense.
It really doesn't.
And
it really doesn't.
I love, speaking of poems, I was laughing out loud watching them summon the dragon because I was imagining what your reaction to how you summoned the dragon was.
I was laughing my ass off, dude. It's so stupid.
It's like they just said to him, oh, yeah, just improvise. Just come up with something.
Yeah, it's like he's doing really, really bad, like a live poetry reading at like a really shitty club.
It's
you
like
know
Hollywood
what I mean?
Homicide. Stella!
Yeah, but with more acting chops in that bit of like Josh Hartnett intentionally acting bad is fucking Meryl Streep compared to Foku in this movie. He's so now honest, like I said earlier, you could give this dialogue to Gary Oldman, and even he couldn't fucking make it work. But when you combine how fucking atrocious this fucking movie's dialogue is with someone's acting caliber of like being in the realm of fucking Foku Toaster Oven, which is, I'm gonna change my Twitter handle tonight is being changed to Foku Toaster Oven because that's just a thing on its own. But dude, this movie is just like you go to a fucking dry erase board, right, Ron? Okay, and you're just like, you tell someone, okay, what are like the foremost over fucking played tropes in storytelling? Number one, prophecy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Check.
Number two, unnecessarily making the thing a teenage angst just to be able to have character drama. Okay, we got that.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
We got that. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Stick with me.
Okay, I'm here. Yep.
We have a prophecy that requires a chosen one that ends in doomsday. That is this fucking movie from start to finish. is that. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You have more source material to draw from than fucking Marvel Comics almost, because there's been so many fucking episodes and so many fucking manga volumes of both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Fuck it, dude. Use GT. I would take GT over some of this stupid generic bullshit in this fucking movie, dude. Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Can we talk about Bro Yamcha? Can we?
Yambrocha.
Why do we have Yamcha be the way he is and have so much screen time?
But we don't have. I just fried my nads.
But we don't. Why is he in so much of this movie, and why is Krillin not in this movie? Where the fuck is Krillin?
Krillin's gone, man. He's already
What
been
the
blown up by Frieza, I guess. I don't know.
What the fuck? He's so important. Like,
Yeah.
Krillin dying is one of, like, the most
Which
pivotal
time?
fucking moments of the entire original Dragon Ball run, dude.
I know.
What the fuck?
I know.
This... Okay, now I'm getting angry. Now that I'm analyzing it, now I was just confused and kind of upset. Like, just...
Now
like,
it's all snapping in.
now I'm getting angry. And I never gave a shit about Krillin until this movie. This movie made me like Krillin. That's actually pretty impressive. I'll give him that one.
Z made me like Krillin a lot more.
Yeah.
I like Krillin and Z. There wasn't much there.
Dude, the fucking Team 4-Star videos have more character development and, like, plot line when they're making it up to a parody than this actually fucking, like, fully produced movie, dude. It's insane.
They have to have done a riff tracks of this movie, right?
Oh shit, did they? I want to watch that.
They
like
have
fucking.
to have, right?
I want to watch that now, if so, because holy shit, that'd be funny. Let's see what else I got in my notes here. Okay,
Just keep ticking down the list. I'm here.
okay. Here's one. Shapeshifter Scroll Girl? Question mark? What? Like, just all of a sudden, like, a scroll fucking invasion storyline happens at, like, the ending of the second act when the fucking henchman of Piccolo she waltzes into their fucking little dojo compound thing dressed up as Chi-Chi and then walks out with, like, some of the Dragon Balls, and I'm just like, and then they have the other Chi-Chi walk out, and I'm just like, wait, now Ron, you've seen this multiple times now.
Yes.
Did they ever hint towards this being a thing? Because I did not remember it being hinted at all, and she just randomly shows up as a fucking, like, scroll.
Just when she takes the blood. And that is it.
I was so confused. And then at the ending of that scene, she pulls out her little, like, weird gun and she shoots Foku with a fart cloud. And I'm like, this movie, if there's one thing this movie has room for in its budget, it's random shitty looking fucking blast waves. Why does he get shot with a fart cloud?
And it almost kills him.
And like, his reaction when he's in that state of being where he's supposed to be, like, fucking, he just looks more constipated than he usually does, and I'm just like, Justin Chatwood, come on, bud. Just
Geoff?
Yeah.
Not only do I find Dragon Ball Evolution with Team 4-Star, I find for $1.50 on rifftracks.com Team 4-Star riffs Dragon Ball Evolution.
Ooh. See, now this movie is worth existing just for those things.
That's $1.50 well spent.
You're goddamn right. I'll pay them more. Okay. Here's another thing. Backtracking just slightly.
Yeah.
Why is the Kamehameha a CPR stand-in? Can anyone
explain? Why did he explode?
That's a valid point too.
Shouldn't he have exploded?
Because the Kamehameha
is great at lighting candles.
Oh my god.
He's an airbender that lights candles.
Why is he fucking airbending in this movie?
He's like,
dude, I swear to God.
It's key.
I swear to God, the fucking writer of this movie watched fucking, like, he had to have watched episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and for some fucked up reason thought it was source material for Dragon Ball, right? Because it's like copy paste, bro. It's fucking airbending, which had already existed.
Yep.
Why are you watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and not watching the fucking anime you're adapting? Why?
But Geoff, that writer also gave us clever lines like DBE, catchy name, PEE. That's disgusting.
Oh, dude. Like, this movie is just bad decision after bad decision. How do you read the script and greenlight it?
No one read it. No one read it.
Like,
the script is probably the best Dragon Ball thing ever written, and no one read it.
dude, this movie's fucking baffling to me. I thought,
One thing that we covered on our old podcast when we talked about tropes and shit that annoys us. Remember when I said science fiction movies having sciencey fiction-y terms just to sound sciencey fiction-y?
Yes.
Why does Bulma, who's actually Launch more or less than Bulma, but anyway,
Yeah.
why does she call it a Prometheum orb?
Yeah, that plot line didn't mean jack shit, or that reference.
What the fuck is a Prometheum orb? Why are we even talking about this?
You don't know what I think happened with this fucking movie?
It got made.
Well, that's the unfortunate truth. But I think you see shit like that line and the Dragon Ball energy line. I think those are previous leftovers of an original incarnation of the script that they accidentally left in when they completely fucking revamped it into Twilight. And they this movie totally could have been a completely different fucking movie that they just at the 11th hour bought the script and just crowbarred in fucking Dragon Ball names, you know? Because he's a fucking airbender more than he's a fucking Dragon Ball character, you know? Like, we've established that. Like, this movie could have been a fucking shitty teenage angst Twilight thing that was revamped into Dragon Ball. It could have been a really fucking terrible teenager kind of Sky High style superhero origin story that was then crowbarred into being a shitty fucking Dragon Ball movie. Like, dude, this is fucking bonkers, dude.
I just realized the scroll chick on that poster I sent you. Is that not one of the Kate Beckinsale poses from fucking Underworld?
Yeah, it totally is. How you mention it.
Okay, so the thing that pisses me off more than anything about this movie is the characters themselves, right? So Goku is lighthearted.
Goku. Get his name right.
No, I'm talking Goku at the moment. He's lighthearted, right? He's jovial, like you said, and he has no limit in his head. There's nothing that he can't do if he tries. If it's something he has never tried before, he's going to try it. The exact opposite of Foku in this movie. The last thing that Goku has on his mind is girls and school. And that, like, girls are at the forefront of his mind in this.
Even after him being married to Chi-Chi, he's still confused by, like, romance.
Yes.
He's been married to her long enough where they have, like 3 kids, and like, he's still just always just flat out fucking, like, confused by the fact that he's in a relationship with her, and the, like, his, like, in Super, I don't think you've watched Super, but they have, like, a little bit of a continuation of, like, their relationship, because he, Chi-Chi in Super kind of makes him retire temporarily to actually be, like, a dad, because, you know, like,
well, it's a little late for Gohan at that point.
Yeah.
Gohan's like fucking 40 by that point, probably.
Yeah. She tries to make him kind of act actually like a responsible parent and actually get, like, a job and shit. They have, like, a little, like, subplot about that. And he's so fucking baffled at the idea of not fighting and being a dad. Even after being a dad and being a husband for, like, fucking 30 years, you know? Like, to your point, yeah.
And then Bulma is, what if Launch was Bulma, basically? Bulma is nothing like, she's more like angry Launch, like post-sneeze Launch.
Yeah.
Roshi, by the way, what's wrong with the term Dragon Radar? It sounds so much cooler. Anyway.
What do they even call it in the movie?
I don't fucking remember. It's not Prometheum Energy Extractor. It
was something stupid. There's a lot of syllables that they didn't need to write down.
Stupid. Now, the one thing that was kind of cool is her capsule technology.
Yeah, they had a couple of, like, when she later uses it as a weapon, she, like, fucking yeets it at someone and then activates it into big form on the way over.
Yeeted it at the Skrull Kate Beckinsale.
Skrull Kate Beckinsale. Yeah. We sound like we have had a fucking stroke, dude, with some of the terms we've come up with in this. I fucking said Foku toaster oven earlier, like, Jesus Christ.
What was it? Namekians?
Something.
And Piccolo and Shenlong.
Let's talk about Piccolo.
You can suck my Shenlong.
Yeah. The things they like in their writers kind of mind in their mind's eye when they're like thinking of shit that can work for a live action Dragon Ball movie and shit that totally can't. So we need to revamp this. It's so fucking out of whack. Like, to your point, what is so bad about just calling it a Dragon Radar? Like, who cares? It is totally. It is a way to just go out of your way to piss off fans by unnecessarily changing the names of shit.
No, this is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Just the same way like that M. Night would do 1 year later with the Airbender movie, or 2 years later. I forget what year it came out. But like him unnecessarily going around and changing people's fucking like naming pronunciations for like no fucking reason. If you have something that has a beloved fucking source material, why go out of your way to like irritate fans? You're taking them out of your fucking movie. Just have it be the fucking name of the thing.
Not only that, that's a focus problem. You're focused on the wrong aspect of this thing.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah.
Right? Now, ironically enough, as bad as he is, you wanted to talk about Piccolo, and he is probably the most true fucking character.
Yeah, how do you feel about his design? Because he to
it's
me,
not good.
He looked to me.
I don't like the
an
shellacked antenna.
He looked to me like an alien in a 50s episode of The Twilight Zone.
He's a Power Rangers villain.
That is all that you. I think you disrespect Power Rangers villains. They have more creativity than like the Piccolo and those.
Don't you disrespect Bryan Cranston? Yeah, I don't like the shellacked antenna. Number one, that annoys me. And then nothing about his design. I don't know. He's like a fucking goblin or something. I don't know.
Like but he looks almost like a prototype of the fucking what did they call him in the second Amazing Spider-Man movie? You know, like they're like fucked up looking Green Goblin. He looks like an in between fucking version. Like you go from regular Norman like Norman Osborn, you know, to like a middle point that looks kind of like the way Harry did, you know, like with that kind of like half goblin-y feature and half person. And then like the final evolution in the Pokemon chain is this Piccolo. Like, it's so weird. Like you said, he looks more like the fucking Green Goblin than he does Piccolo, which is fucking weird.
Let's see. All I'm getting is just Green Goblin.
Are you trying to look up the way that he looked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything besides Green Goblin, but
I'll send you a pic of him later.
No, I know what he looks like, but I was trying to figure out what they called him. Yeah, it just says Green Goblin on all the stuff I'm looking at, but he I'm trying to think, what is that music video? Who is it that they're in the silver and black like fucking Kryptonian suits under black lights that are glowing? It's like if Piccolo was just like a Green Goblin in that music video.
Yeah.
It's kind of what he is. I don't understand why he needs the chick. Why he has to have the evil henchman like it's Batman 66, the evil chick henchman.
Yeah, the fucking Skrull chick does like 1,000 more shit that are like important to the plot than he does.
Yeah, he's barely in it.
He's barely in the fucking movie. And when he does show up at the end, he doesn't fucking use his like god powers. He had the ability to manipulate fucking matter. And what does he do in the final battle against Foku? He just fucking yeets like these like shitty looking CGI laser beams at him of the key blast that don't even fucking amount to anything.
Why does he have the Gallic gun? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Why does he have Vegeta's Gallic gun?
This movie's just fucking crazy. Let's talk about while I'm mentioning it, the fucking CGI when Foku turns into the monkey version of like the Saiyans. By the way, did they ever say the word Saiyan in this movie? I don't think they do.
No, that was what the sequel was supposed to be about. In fact, the rumor is it was supposed to be Vegeta as the villain in that one.
Oh, I'm so glad they didn't ruin Vegeta. Like
that's my favorite character. I would have been fucking pissed. But yeah, Uzaru. Is that
Ozaru. I think that's the way they pronounce it.
Uzaru, yeah. Fuck off.
The CGI on the monkey face was so laughably fucking terrible. I was dying, dude. It was so funny to me.
Dude, I'm just scrolling down IMDb as we're talking. The very first goof IMDb shows me: Piccolo evaporates an entire lake to find the Dragon Ball at the bottom. Why are there undisturbed bushes at the bottom of this now dry lake?
That's pretty funny. I hadn't even considered that, but yeah. If we eventually rewatch this movie again while shit-faced, I will probably have more appreciation for it, and it's so bad I'll probably still find like logic inconsistencies even while fucking plastered, dude. That's how unbelievably stupid this movie can get. And you want to talk about just one of the most, like, maybe the worst line of dialogue I have seen in a film or TV show in the last few years is in this last fight with Foku versus Not Piccolo. I must have faith in who I am. Woo! What kind of nonsense is that?
What does that mean?
How did this guy break into Hollywood? I don't get it. The shit that I wrote in fucking 6th grade had more originality to it than I must have faith in who I am. And oh my god, every time they have a fucking segment with Ghost Grandpa Gohan, it's just the most generic fucking Hallmark card sayings of fucking nothing. He says all of these, like, what are supposed to be like lines that pump up Goku and make him like believe in himself, but they're all nonsense that don't even make any sense.
How did they plan, you wonder, to describe the transformation in a sequel when they find out there's a whole race, when it's totally dependent on this one eclipse and like a comet or something?
Did I even mention the eclipse as part of like the overused tropes? That's another one. Like, we have had
the Doomsday Eclipse.
Put the fucking Doomsday Eclipse to bed. Jesus Christ. It is done. We are done. Stop using the Chosen One prophecy. Stop using the fucking Doomsday Eclipse. Stop it.
What would not
Stop it.
What would not have surprised me at all if it had been said, and it probably would have been the best line of dialogue, is when fucking Foku is choking out Roshi if Roshi just said, "Step on me, daddy." Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did appreciate that one callback, right? Because in all of Dragon Ball, up to the beginning of Z with the Raditz saga, Goku is the only character in the show that does not know that he stepped on Gohan and that he's the one transforming into the monkey.
Mm-hmm.
And so to set him on the path of going after Piccolo, they have Piccolo kill Gohan, but he kills Roshi. Now, it doesn't matter because he just fucking wishes him back. But at least someone important that trained and spent time with him, he took out, right?
Yes.
That is the only saving thing that I have for this.
Also,
and that is not
what I
much.
found. You want to talk about like just like a fucking logic inconsistency. So after Foku accidentally kills Roshi, he's using the Dragon Balls to wish him back with his little like fucking
Stella!
His little like fucking improv poetry session he has going.
I wish I could find the line. I can't find it. I want to find it.
It looked like it came across like a fucking blooper that they just like, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's put that in the third act. Oh, by the way, the third act, like you mentioned Power Rangers earlier, this fucking third act is it's literally like a fucking Power Ranger set. It looks so cheap. It's like they had so little money and they allocated it so fucking strangely and stupidly like towards the beginning of the movie. Like the third act just looks atrociously stupid and bad.
It's so bad.
It's terrible. But the inconsistency I wanted to mention As he's wishing back Roshi, Ron, why didn't he just, hey, not Shenron. What's it? Shenlong? Is that what his name is?
Shenlong, yeah.
Hey, Shenlong. Please bring back all the people that Piccolo killed. And then his fucking grandpa can also come back. Why did he do that?
I have no idea.
Because they never establish any rules to the wishes.
Which it has rules.
Foku is so stupid. He had an opportunity to wish his fucking grandpa back to life. And didn't fucking do it. His fucking grandpa. What the fuck was that? Like, he would, and now obviously he felt bad about Roshi, but like, maybe take a little bit of time to like think over your fucking wish, you know?
The test of the 7 has been fulfilled. I compel you to come forth and grant my wish. Give life to Muten Roshi.
Yeah, I did actually like the callback to Roshi having like the porno bag. That was kind of funny because I do always love how every goddamn anime has to have that one pervy character because that's just a fucking
2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
It's just such a trope.
Him and Oolong always just watching the fitness videos.
Yeah,
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Also, I this movie's plot and its like character decisions are just so fucking contrived.
There's a plot? Tell me what it was. I don't know.
I love how fucking Bro Yamcha and Bulma have known each other for like 3 minutes, and they met because Bro Yamcha like fucking trapped them in a goddamn hole. And within 10 minutes,
she wants to trap him in her hole.
Yeah, they're about to kiss, and it's the most fucking contrived
and I wish I was that chicken
ever.
In the background.
I just watched this movie and I'm just blown away by how fucking amateur hour it is. Like, it's insultingly bad. Now, fortunately, it's so unbelievably fucking dumb. I can't really get that mad at it in the long run. For instance, I'm a diehard Dragon Ball fan and a Dragon Ball Z fan, okay? Back to my childhood. I am also a diehard fan of the Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoons.
Well, you got the best of both worlds in this movie. You should be happy.
Fuck you.
Ends podcast.
Even though technically speaking, M. Night's Avatar movie, The Last Airbender, is better than this movie by like a big margin. That movie makes me more angry because I have seen M. Night Shyamalan in his fucking career make good movies. Everyone in this the writer behind this, by the way, just while we're talking about the writer, have you ever read the written apology that the writer released to the public on like IGN a few years back? Have you ever heard about this?
To what?
To Dragon Ball.
Are you serious?
He publicly apologized for this movie.
No way.
So I'm going to read you the quotes. This is from IGN. This is the Dragon Ball Evolution screenwriter apologizes to fans. This happened originally in May of 2016, so several years after the movie had come out.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't even have thought of it.
Ben Ramsey was a screenwriter. So this was his written apology that he released. The apology reads, I knew that would eventually come down to this one day. Dragon Ball Evolution marked a very painful creative point in my life. To have something with my name on it as the writer be so globally reviled is gut-wrenching. To receive hate mail from all over the world is heartbreaking. I spent so many years trying to deflect the blame, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the written word on the page, and I take full responsibility for what was such a disappointment to so many fans. I did the best I could, but at the end of the day, I dropped the Dragon Ball. I went into the project chasing after a big payday, not as a fan of... Oh, by the way, that pun, better writing than the entirety of the movie. So he has gotten better since this movie, fortunately.
But it was going so well until I did drop a pun in the apology.
I went into the project chasing after a big payday, not as a fan of the franchise, but as a businessman taking on an assignment. I have learned that when you go into a creative endeavor without passion, you come up with suboptimal results, and sometimes flat-out garbage. So I'm not blaming anyone for Dragon Ball but myself. As a fanboy of other series, I know what it's like to have something you love and anticipate be so disappointing. To all of the Dragon Ball fans out there, I sincerely apologize. I hope I can make it up to you by creating something really cool and entertaining that you will like, and that is also something I am passionate about. That's the only work I do now. Best Ben. So
From what I see in his filmography, that's the last thing he ever wrote.
yeah, the shitty thing about it is it only takes one thing in Hollywood in a career, you know.
Yeah.
Even if you have an established track record before something, you have something like this, like, dude, it fucking the Airbender movie derailed M. Night for several years. He just like with Blumhouse was able to kind of like resurrect it and is kind of back on the. He's not like anywhere near the level he was after stuff like, you know, Sixth Sense and Signs and stuff like that was like actually well received, but he's gotten because of Split and The Visit and Glass to a lesser extent, he's kind of like back in the the forefront. But like he was like an Academy Award winning writer director with Sixth Sense, you know, like huge. He makes that movie, the Avatar movie, unlike the trail of just kind of like some more mediocre ones, like what was the Lady in the Water one. So like it only takes like one fucking thing to derail an entire career, even if you have an established track record. If you don't have one like that writer, like it's just fucking over. Like Hollywood will just look at the fucking numbers and that Rotten Tomatoes score and that IMDb score and just turn it away. You know, it sucks, but it's just the way that the business works.
I have a continuity question.
Okay, go on.
If they were planning a sequel, and they already have Piccolo, that would infer we have Kami. So
probably not though, because they have a completely different representation of that character in this movie. I
mean, I guess, but to me, that means the door is open for Kami, but the Seven Mystics created the Dragon Balls?
See, the thing is, they didn't even bother to have fucking Krillin in the movies. I don't think there's any chance in hell they were ever going to have like a more deep cut character like Kami's a little bit like,
and everything is so fucking cool. That whole thing.
Oh, like the dichotomy of Piccolo and Kami. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, all of that is so cool. And then, like, I mean, obviously we're getting deep into Z here, but the moment that they have to decide to fuse to you know, bring the unnamed warrior back.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But by the way, I wasn't even looking for it. It's just on the page in front of me. The Dragon Ball Energy Locator.
Oh, that's what they fucking called it?
That's the Dragon Radar.
Just call it the fucking Dragon Radar, for Christ's sake.
Goddamn radar. Even though the name doesn't make any sense because that's not what radar is, it doesn't matter.
You don't unnecessarily create friction with your established fucking fan base by going out of your way to change names of shit that already have an established name that your fucking like readers and viewers are associated with already, you know? Like, just do not create unnecessary friction with your fucking fan. It's like 101 when adapting, you know? You have to be very careful about what you decide to change.
Yes. And again, if you're focused on the goddamn Dragon Radar, you're focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah, if you're so focused on the fucking naming of the Dragon Radar that you don't realize that airbending is a different franchise altogether, you have some serious problems.
The Ki Blast? That doesn't even... There's some of that. That's more of a Z thing. This should have been a martial arts movie.
Yeah. It's so bizarre.
And you're going to give me the world tournament without the fucking announcer?
Now, Ron, I'm going to make you like fucking froth the mouth by what I'm about to say.
Okay.
What if you have a fucking hardcore badass, don't include any Z elements, it's just martial arts, right, for the most part, where it's like a hint of like weird supernatural shit, kind of like, you know, Dragon Ball was, by the guys who directed The Raid. Tell me you don't want to see that fucking movie like right now, because I want it.
I would want to see that as a test bed, and then the sequel be the Saiyan Saga.
Yeah.
That's what I would want.
I'm so fucking happy they weren't allowed to fuck up Vegeta. I would have fucking turned over goddamn cars in the street.
Even if he's not your favorite, he's so fucking important to have them fuck him up.
What? Here's a question for you too.
All right.
If you're establishing, first of all, I want to quickly point out how fucking stupid the final shot is of how like Chi-Chi and Foku are having a little like fucking brawl, and they fucking end the movie on a fucking Street Fighters like selection screen? Question mark. Like what the fuck was that?
I guarantee you that's because that was a new thing back then. Every movie in that era fucking had it.
Oh, it's so dated and so fucking painful to go back and watch.
Oh my god. The film was nominated in 2009 Spike TV Scream Award for Best Comic Book Movie, but lost to Watchmen. What?
How was this nominated for anything but a goddamn Razzie for Worst Movie of the Year?
They literally pitted it against Watchmen. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. So, okay. The thing that was weird to me is because you had told me as I was watching the movie, you were like, hey, make sure you watch the credits because there is like a little sequel tease thing. And I was like, oh god. I was expecting Vegeta.
You were expecting like the Saiyan capsule landing outside of East City?
Yeah, or even fucking Raditz. Like something that actually makes sense as like an interesting like lingering plot thread for your sequel. Why do we care that not Piccolo is still alive?
Well, Piccolo has to kill Raditz and Goku simultaneously.
Because Piccolo in this movie is nothing like the Piccolo in like this Piccolo.
No, because Piccolo
of his
Jr.
This Piccolo in this movie, the way that they kind of present him, unless you are bringing in outside knowledge of Piccolo Jr., the way that his storyline works in the anime and the mangas, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
First off, I want to clarify something I said earlier. When I said that he's the only one that kind of works because he's kind of like his character, I was referring to King Piccolo because that's who this is.
Yes.
He's not Piccolo Jr. It does not work for Piccolo Jr.
Yeah, and his origins are much, even compared to King Piccolo, his origins in this is very different.
Oh my god, there's a PSP tie-in game. I want it.
Are you gonna stream that for your Twitch channel?
I would. I totally would.
If you could, yeah. Yeah. Why is Piccolo the sequel setup? Like, who cares? It doesn't mean anything to casual viewers. It's confusing and disappointing to fans because, like, I was expecting Vegeta, and if not Vegeta, Raditz.
Yeah.
You know, it's dumb. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, and it doesn't like. Even if the movie had been like immaculately like good for some reason, you know, like some fucking wow, this movie was actually good, that still wouldn't have made any goddamn sense. It wasn't just like that, like the straw that broke the fucking camel's back or anything. It was just like a non sequitur almost. It doesn't make any goddamn sense for their character development.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be so that you know that Goku didn't fly through his chest so he can come back to help him fight Raditz. Is all it's supposed to be.
It's just fucking it's ridiculous though, because that's not the same it's not the same Piccolo trajectory at all.
They don't care.
They just kept him in there probably to keep from fucking paying another actor.
Look at Foku, look at Gohan, look at Bulma, look at Roshi. I just brought in the Roshi's. They don't care about the characters.
It's just a real it's a real shame, and I'm so glad that we live in a world kind of post the MCU and post like the Nolan Batman movies, like legitimizing adaptations in a way, because this movie feels like it was made in like 1995, not in 2009. That's kind of its worst quality about it. Is it just feels
1 year
so
after
unbelievably half-assed. Yeah, like to your point, like you just said, like this happened after Iron Man. You have to realize this happened 4 years after Batman Begins and 1 year after The Dark Knight. You can take ridiculous mangas or animes or comic books and make them work if you just treat them with care. And then this movie was so unbelievably half-assed that it's just really insulting.
1 year after the movie about a guy that dresses up as a bat chasing a clown.
And it's one of the best movies of the year.
Movie. Like what?
And that movie you just described is one of the absolute best movies of the year.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I am now, I think, out of notes.
What? Your phone is totally full to capacity. You need a bigger card, dude.
It's true. So do you have any other things you wanted to discuss with old Dragon Ball Evolution?
I don't fucking know.
We almost need we need to be doing like a commentary to like really get it, because like
I would
some
love
of the
to do a commentary.
some of the shit that is just fucking absolutely batshit goes like in one ear and out the other, and I can't dedicate brain power to remembering it. So I just already like I watched it 2 hours ago. It's already out. I can't remember what happened. It's just gone.
Just to bring something I said earlier full circle, there's a few choreographed moments that are pretty good. They're pretty solid, right? They're a B, right? Not where it matters though. In the fights against the Putty Patrollers, it didn't. None of that was there. The fight against Roshi wasn't there, and in the fight against Piccolo, it was just wires and screaming and pushing our hands towards each other. That's where you needed your fucking choreography.
It's also where you needed your budget.
Yeah.
If you were gonna go out of your way to unnecessarily make this more like Z and have like all of the key blasts be like a major part of the fight scenes, like. First of all, hey, maybe realize we're only going to have $30 million. You can make a hell of a fucking martial arts movie with $30 million. You know what you can't make with $30 million? Something work that has like almost constant special effects during your fucking fight scenes, you know?
Z is my favorite, but Z is a mix between martial arts and fucking laser beams. Dragon Ball is known for having some of the best hand-to-hand fights in the series. Goku versus Tien, Goku versus Piccolo Jr., right? Who was it that Yamcha
Krillin and Yamcha were both badasses.
Krillin and Yamcha,
it was so focused on martial arts that even characters like Krillin and Yamcha were like very vital and like well-balanced characters in the grand scheme of like their their power levels.
How
and shit.
hard would this have been to, if you don't really have the budget to do another character like Piccolo, to just use the fucking Red Ribbon Army?
Dude, that would have been fucking awesome. Yeah, if you had it be just focused on martial arts, and then kind of have like the driving force behind just some of the like their encounters, like be like the Red Ribbon Army, would have been a lot cool, like much cooler than this. Like just,
this, Dr. Zero would basically be Dr. Claw, and he's sending a few soldiers and an android out. Android 8 was fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, wasn't he? Wasn't that 8?
I think so. Instantly a better movie, and this is just such a fucking misfire in specifically not like obviously the script, but like just
why do you have to gather the Dragon Balls before him? Just safeguard the 4-star. He needs all 7.
Yeah, they totally do him a giant favor by doing that.
Yes.
I hadn't even thought of that. Jesus Christ, this movie's dumb.
Hey, you could have just thrown that one ball into the fucking lava. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he can manipulate matter. I don't. Okay,
he's
and again,
Thanos. He just reverses time and gets the Dragon Ball back. He pulls, dude. Dr. Zero builds an android with the 5-star ball in the forehead, and
just
fucking Piccolo has to rip it out.
Yeah,
instantly, and then that's when the white android shows up.
Yes.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Just random thought. Who'd be a fucking badass voice, I think, for Vegeta if you tried to take like different, if you did like a different adaptation of Dragon Ball, and you're making like a movie, right? Like it's like an anime, but you're gonna use like anybody but Christopher Sabat. Is James Spader. I think we actually make like a really cool Vegeta voice. He's just got that like kind of gravel to him, It's like obviously Vegeta is Christopher Sabat, but I would like to see James Spader voice Vegeta in something just because I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool. If it was live action, you could bring James Spader in for Vegeta's transformation.
That'd be cool.
Because remember,
really cool.
it was Krillin, right, that took the tail off and
I
made him
think?
transform back.
God, it's been so long.
He's got that moment where he's crushing Goku to death in monkey form.
Yep.
Yeah, you could have James Spader in there, and then your Vegeta actor come back once Krillin amputates the tail. No. The mountain guy, the guy that lives on the fucking mountain that he meets in Dragon Ball, he does it with his sword.
I cannot remember.
Oh, come on!
It's been
What the
way
fuck?
too long.
I can see his face. He's like unnaturally strong, but he doesn't really have like any way to use his ki or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We can't end this podcast till I get that. I will be crucified.
No, you're good. Yeah. While you're looking that up, I will just say, fuck you, Lazy. Also, I love you because this has actually been really fun to dissect and just kind of like dig into. Because it is fun to just every now and again. Now, obviously, like we want to have the focus of this show be constructive criticism that's actually productive, but it is fun every now and then to just watch a bad movie and just kind of have fun with it. So it has been fun.
Hold on, I think it's Yajirobe.
That sounds right in my brain.
It's Yajirobe.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one. He did it with his samurai sword.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I totally get it.
Ooh. I forgot. Maybe it's a good thing we wouldn't be doing Kami in the Lookout, because how do you explain Mr. Popo?
Oh, yeah, I hadn't even considered that. Ooh. That's a bullet they fucking dodged on that one.
Yeah. You know what? Leave things the way they are, in fact.
Did you ever see the way that they did him in Kai, where they turned him blue?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you need to
to me,
Google
that's almost more insulting, but I'm a white guy, so what do I know?
If you haven't, you need to Google Mr. Popo blue. It's pretty fucking funny because it's a really bad edit of it. Like every shot just looks like really scuffed.
Oh man, I want to watch Cooler's Revenge now. I just saw a picture of Cooler.
It's a good one.
It is.
You need to watch Super. Super is actually really cool. There's a lot of really cool shit they do with Super.
It ended. I'm done.
And it is probably my favorite because I can't really go back and enjoy Dragon Ball Z now just because of how fucking horrible the pacing was, because they were trying to just artificially create time while more manga came out to have source material to cover.
Mm-hmm.
So when it takes like 20 fucking episodes to have like one fucking fight go over between two characters that could have been done in like 2 episodes, I'm just like,
Frieza fight where the planet was going to blow up in 5 minutes was like a week's worth of episodes.
It was longer than that, dude. It was like 3 weeks worth of episodes. That shit never fucking ended. And you're perfectly like content with it when you're a kid or a teenager,
Right.
But like watching it now, I can watch Super as an adult. I cannot watch Z as an adult.
Do you remember how great it was when Trunks took out Frieza?
Oof. My favorite like seeing the POV shot from Frieza as the fucking screen slices and slides, like going up and down.
Oh man,
fucking metal, dude. That blew my mind in like the 6th grade or whenever I watched that, dude. It was the best thing ever, especially on the heels of just having like this huge epic thing about how Goku is the singular Super Saiyan,
right?
Just to completely throw that out the window is a fucking masterstroke of writing, dude. Because as the viewer, you're just like, what the fuck? That's awesome, dude.
That was basically a show aimed at kids that dealt with split timelines and multiverses. Because once you introduce Trunks, my God, there's 2 parallel timelines running simultaneously.
That's another thing they do really cool in Super is they have a continuation of the future Trunks stuff, which is I love because I always love Trunks. He's
Have you seen that movie?
Characters.
The movie that. Yeah, what is it? The History of Trunks?
With him and Gohan.
When I bought it was considered a movie. Now it's considered a TV special, and it's been kicked out of the movie class.
Yeah,
I think my DVD calls it like actually has movie on the cover of the DVD. It has the word movie. But yeah, that
one's awesome,
dude. One-armed Gohan flying around fighting 17 and 18.
Fucking great,
dude.
One of the best movies they ever did.
The only time Gohan was ever cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame how the modern adult Gohan's kind of a pussy, you know?
When he swooped in and beat the shit out of Boo just to immediately get absorbed, come on.
As a little kid,
After like a month's worth of episodes of him just meditating in front of Supreme Kai, old man Supreme Kai, just to have him go out in like one episode after kicking the shit out of Super Boo.
That's another thing they redeem a little bit in Super is they actually let Gohan kind of redeem himself and be useful again instead of just being like a fucking jackass like he kind of turned into. Because he was so useful as a kid. Like he saved their ass in the Cell shit. Like you know, because they
even call him out on that before the Super Boo stuff. Because it's Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan fighting Babadi's henchmen. And Vegeta, like, the Gohan goes first, if I recall, and Gohan takes out his dude, and Vegeta's just like, you had so much promise. What happened to you? And he's like, well, I won. And he's like, yeah, but you're not nearly as powerful as you should be. And, like, Vegeta just totally calls him out on it. Also, that's one of my favorite Vegeta moments, because that's the same moment where the dude is like, my planet's home gravity is 10 times that of Earth, and Vegeta just backhands him through like into the next fucking galaxy, and he's like, yeah, try training at 400 times Earth's gravity, bitch. Like, come on.
I love Vegeta so much.
Come on,
he's the best. He's
anyways.
such an asshole, and I what a great fucking character arc for something aimed at little kids. When you just look at like how much Vegeta changed, like that's the thing, like Goku's the same dumbass little kid, whether he's 80 years old or 8, you know. He's still Goku, but like the amount of character development Vegeta has is fucking fantastic.
The first time we ever see him, he's sitting on top of a dead body of what was probably a sentient being, because it looks like a praying mantis. He's eating one of its arms. And we go from that to one of the few redeeming things about Dragon Ball GT, where he's driving in his car with Bola, his daughter, and those dudes pull up in the car next to them and they're hitting on Bola right in front of him. And he just reaches across from his car into their car and pulls the steering wheel off.
Yeah.
Come on. We went from he's eating a sentient being while sitting on top of the corpse to get the fuck away from my daughter, yoink. Like, come on.
He's awesome. One of my favorite characters in anything ever is Vegeta. He's the best.
By the way, to that same point also, they end up rolling that car. And remember, he just tells her to go home and get the fuck out of here because the baby is attacking. And Bola literally walks over to the car and just flips the car over like it's nothing and gets in the car and drives away, and it's amazing. So
you said that was from GT?
That's in GT, yeah. The car Did
you actually watch all of GT?
Huh?
Did you actually watch all of GT?
I did.
I only ever saw bits and pieces of GT. That's the one I haven't seen.
It gets better with the Shenron stuff. Not Shenlong. Again, suck my Shenlong. But the other stuff, I don't know. I don't know. The start of it can go fuck itself. But
it was just so off the wall, even for like Dragon Ball standards. It is, for whatever reason, it just never really interested me, even though I was really
Super
into
17 was kind of cool. But I don't know. But I did enjoy Bola walking over to an upside down car, flipping it over, getting in and driving off.
The continuations of these Super Saiyan abilities in Super are done 1,000 times better than like the Super Saiyan 4 stuff that I have seen.
The Super
in
Saiyan
GT.
4 stuff is awful.
The like the Super Saiyan God and the Super Saiyan Blue and the Ultra Instinct stuff in Super is like all incredibly badass.
And now I'm pretty sure that vein in your forehead finally burst, because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
So one really great thing about Super is they finally actually put Vegeta and Goku on even power levels. Vegeta is just as powerful and just as useful in basically every saga as Goku, which as a Vegeta fan is great, because they need to do that for a long time, because he's always just kind of like getting the shaft while fucking Goku saves the day like way more often than he should. But yeah, just to get us back on track, any other thoughts with Dragon Ball Evolution before we sign off?
It's over, Geoff.
It's over.
We got through it.
I'm glad I watched it just to be able to record this, because this was a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed frothing at the mouth and sounding like I'm having a stroke for the last hour and a half talking about this movie. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Energy Locator.
That's the thing that like stuck in your craw.
That's the thing that stuck in my craw.
That's
my
the
craw
straw
is
that broke the fucking
stuck.
camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Fucking Foku. God damn it.
Okay. One thing to end on
One
a
more
positive
thing.
note. To end on a positive note. When he slicks his hair back and it flings the gel into the mirror.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. And that's
That was
early
pretty good.
on. So you're still thinking, okay, maybe this movie's going to redeem itself.
I'd already checked out by that point, like 3 minutes in the
5
film,
minutes
but
in.
yeah.
But, a true Saiyan's hair never changes from the day they're born.
This is true.
So he slicked it back and then it just all over the mirror. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was good.
So there's your positive note to end on. His fucking hair.
Yeah, we had. It took us 90 minutes to get there, but we had one positive note.
And now we're going to end before we start talking about it again.
And now we're going to end before we start talking about Dragon Ball properties that are much better than this one.
I thought you were going to say Energy Locator.
So this next episode, Ron's wife, Chris, has selected Miyazaki's Spirited Away.
Damn right.
Which, fuck yes, dude. I love Spirited Away. I'm so excited to talk about it.
What's your favorite Studio Ghibli? Or do you have one? It's totally fair to not have one because there's not really a bad one in the bunch.
I don't have like one, but my 1A and 1B are Howl's Moving Castle and Mononoke. Those and Princess Mononoke are my two.
Those are good
ones.
choices. Mononoke is my favorite.
Like Full Stop, that's your favorite, or do you have like also
Full
like,
Stop? That's my favorite.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it's not a close running, but Full Stop, yeah. They are.
I need to watch more of them.
They're supposed to have another one coming out this year. I thought it's supposed to be their first 3D animated film that's not hand drawn.
Yeah. I think Miyazaki actually came out of retirement to do that one because he had previously said he was done, but I think he came back to do at least that one. But yeah, they have a lot more. I've always wanted. I watched My Neighbor Totoro a few months ago.
I still haven't seen that one.
You should watch it.
Out of all the shit that I've seen from Studio Ghibli, I've never seen that one.
You haven't seen like the one that the logo is made from?
Yeah, the one that's probably the most egregious anime thing I've ever not done. I guess is I haven't watched My Neighbor Totoro, and I have a buddy, my buddy John. I think that's his favorite. I think that's like his 1A and 1B is like Mononoke.
It's really good. It is not my favorite. I like Spirited Away and Howl's and Mononoke all better, but My Neighbor Totoro, like the fucking worst movie they've ever done is like a fucking like 8 out of 10. Like that's like the low end of the spectrum for them.
Ponyo One Tam.
They're fucking crazy good at their films. And then that is the third one, and then we're wrapping up. Just because we always like to give people like a heads up if they do want to follow along and check out the films before we review them. Ending with Spaceballs from our buddy Bobby. So yeah, if you would like to check us out more, you can follow us on Twitter. I am personally at GMillerSPR. You can follow the actual show.
Whoa. I thought you were
Twitter.
changing your Twitter handle.
Oh shit! What did I say? Was it Foku Toaster Oven? Is that what I said?
Something like that.
Okay, you can follow me starting tomorrow at Foku Toaster Oven. The Twitter handle, you completely derailed the plugs. What was? Oh yeah, Twitter for the show at SPR Filmcast. And Ron, where can people find you when you are not talking about terrible anime adaptations?
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter at Ronsense TV. You can find me live 9:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Very nice. Yes, please check out Ron over there. We appreciate you listening to us, and have a good one.
We spent an hour and a half on this fucking movie.